went to the doctor because I was having some pains in my knees, and I was like, what is this? And when I went, they did some blood work, and they were just checking into some things, and they said, well, you have lupus, and so they sent me to a rheumatologist, and she said, we'll keep a check on things and see how you get, and it's okay, and went home and started doing my own research online, which was scary, and seeing that some people with lupus don't live long. Had a two-year-old daughter, and I was like, oh, what is going on? And I really did not want to leave her behind, or my husband. So I started reading my Bible and started seeking the Lord, and not knowing I was really seeking the Lord, I woke up one night with a voice saying, you're going to have a sweet, sweet life. And I knew that that was Jesus. I knew that was Jesus because I felt some relief. And so I had been reading about the miracles in the Bible. I knew that was Jesus. So the next morning I had to take my daughter to the doctor and for a 2-year-old checkup. And I found the CD in the car that I accidentally found, but it wasn't really an accident. And I thought, I'm going to listen to this. And one of the songs on there was Darren Prater, and it was To Whom It May Concern. And in the verse it was, you're going to have a sweet, sweet life. And I knew that that was relating to me. And I may not have that all worded the same way, but I knew that was Jesus talking to me. So I called my mom, and I was like, I want to go with you to a prayer meeting. I do want to go to a prayer meeting. And I knew that I needed some relief. So I went to a prayer meeting, and Pastor John was preaching on communion that night. And as he was preaching on communion, different ones were giving their testimonies. And I didn't know it, but I was inching out of my seat a little bit at the same time. And he looked over at me, and the Spirit was falling, and it was so good that he looked at me, he said, Tracy, he said, come on, Tracy, like that. And I got up out of my seat, and I just went up, and I threw, woo, I can feel it now. And I put my hands up, and I was asking the Lord, help me, and I felt the Spirit go all the way from my head to my feet. And I started jumping up and down, and that English, help me, turned into this beautiful language, and I knew that I had relief. That was my relief. And at the same time, he answered a prayer that I was praying on the way up there was, Lord, if this is right and this is for me, this is where I'm supposed to be, please let me feel something from you. But if not, don't let me feel anything. If I need to go home and get back to that Baptist church, I will go. And when I got that, that was my confirmation, and I have not been back to the doctor, and I have not been back to a Baptist church, and it is good. And that's my testimony.